All right, what's up, everybody? I'm back. I got some videos queued up for us to check out. Wait till a couple people get in here, get in the chat. If not, I'll go ahead and still get started, and y'all go ahead and catch the replay. Uh, wait around for a little bit. So stories I have pulled up right now. One is I'm sure some of y'all probably familiar with it, but it's the $10 million lawsuit with no qualified immunity when they came into this veteran's house, and they came into his house and arrested him after he didn't want to, after he told them to leave for a wellness check. So I don't understand how you end up going to jail for a wellness check and nothing was wrong with you. How it's crazy how you can go jail for a wellness check. Like that's gonna help. Like that's gonna help you. So that's why I say they're never really trying to help nobody, because obviously their version of help, somebody who need a wellness check, who was somebody who got a wellness check ended up in jail. So I don't understand how that's gonna better their wellness, but that's cop logic. I don't know how cop logic works, but let me say this. It's not that I don't understand how it works. It's that how it works doesn't make sense. And these are the, and that's why I did that live stream with showing them getting sworn in, because you would swear that they never took that oath, or they would swear that they never took that oath to get sworn in, or it's like they forget about that oath. But it's not possible that they can forget the oath that they swore into, because they make it a historic event. They make it a big deal. It's not like, oh, you just get sworn in, and no, they make it a big deal. They stop, they they bring everybody around, they party. Like this sworn in ceremony is like a big thing. It's not like, oh, you just get sworn. No, you get sworn in, you're on camera. It's not just uh it's not like, hey, you sworn in, come sign these papers. No, they make it a big deal. So I don't understand how they try to act like they don't remember them getting sworn in, or they don't remember what they were swearing in to. But it's very obvious, and they swear to protect and uphold the Constitution. But in their swearing in ceremony, it's already conflicting ideas when they say, oh, no, it's not. They say you're sworn to protect and uphold the Constitution, and you're sworn in to observe the policies and procedures and all of that other stuff. It doesn't say protect and serve policies. It says observe policies. Like, okay, oh, that's a policy you got. Yeah, I observe it, but it doesn't say I need to stand and protect that policy. That's why I listen to the words that they say in that ceremony, in those ceremonies. And if you listen to it carefully, you'll get what I'm saying. But we got about 5 people on here. Who's all here? Say what's up in the chat so I know who's in here. And we just got 5 random people. I appreciate each and every person. So it's not, I don't have to wait for a whole bunch of people to get in here before I start. I know everybody come in a little bit later on their own time. But yeah, I don't know. It just amazes me how they try to act like they forget that they try to act like they forget what they swore to uphold and protect. Because it's like, soon as they do that ceremony, right after they do the complete opposite. Then right after that meeting, it's officer safety, controlling the scene, and it's also everything not to do with the Constitution. And the fact that nobody mentions anything in the Constitution in this swearing in ceremony is even more diabolical. Because what are you swearing? How can they swear into something that they don't know nothing about? Yeah, they say, yeah, I swear to uphold and protect the Constitution, but they don't know the First Amendment. So how can they protect and serve it? But anyway, let's get started, y'all. So this is from Lackluster's channel. I'm sure everybody has probably checked this one out yet. If not, you can check it out with B. So this is a $10 million lawsuit, no qualified immunity. And I believe this was the cops running into a vet's house after somebody called in for a wellness check. He tells them to leave, and it just goes downhill from there. Hold on, y'all. Let me share my screen. I forgot. Share my screen with y'all. What's up, everybody? Say what's up in the chat. I appreciate y'all for being here. Go ahead and get started. Yeah, so again, Lackluster's channel, $10 million lawsuit, no qualified immunity. And yeah, this is them running into somebody's house and he tells them to leave and he gets arrested for calling 911 because they wouldn't leave.
We don't know that. I'm asking you to leave. I'm asking you to leave our residence. I'm about to put you in handcuffs, sir.
Maybe it wasn't. He was. I think he was being too nice. He just said, "I am ordering you to leave." Maybe that would have worked. You know, I'm ordering you to leave, not asking, because if you ask somebody, they can politely refuse. But if you tell them or you give them an order that they need to leave, that's different. I think. Apparently, with law enforcement, it's different. So. Let's go.
Put your hands behind your back. Put down the damn phone. You're calling 911 and we're standing right in front of you. The cuffs wouldn't be on you if you weren't acting the way you are. Acting by exercising my constitution. Okay, have a seat. The worst thing you can do is make a 911 call right in front of them.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel.
The worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do in this officer's eyes is call 911 when he right in front of you. Like, obviously he didn't feel safe with you, so he needed to call somebody else. That's why it's like, who you gonna call? If they already there, who you gonna call?
In 2019, the VA called the LAPD to do a wellness check on a veteran they had seen as a patient shortly after the officers arrived. Slade Douglas answered his door.
Hi, Doug? Douglas, Mr. Slade. Yes. How you doing? All right. We got a call from
We got a call.
I don't know what they call. Can we come in and talk to you for a minute? Yeah. Okay. Is there anyone else in the house? No, that's me. So, I'm just gonna make sure nobody else is. No, please, no. Hold on, I asked you no. All right, just relax. I asked you to leave because this is my house. Okay. Number one, you just can't walk around. Let me ask you just a couple questions. Okay. The veterans people, they
I think the first mistake was letting them in there, but again, this is a vet, so he is probably somebody who approved of the police, and he thought, he'd seen them in a good light, so he's like, oh, sure, this is, whatever. But then you have to remember, they're tyrants, and you're brown.
Were concerned, okay, regarding a couple things. One was which that you were.
And look how he's standing in his hallway, like it's his house. They get really comfortable in somebody else's house. Imagine you invite a guest in and they take over your house like it's their house.
We're threatening to commit suicide. That's not true. Okay. So what I'm here for is just to make sure you're not going to do something like that.
So he's threatening suicide against himself. So they say. So somebody says. He said, no, that's not true. So it's their word against his word. That's it. So what do you, and then the thing is, the only thing that gives you leverage is if you call 911 first. Y'all see how insane that is? It's your word against somebody else's word, but whoever calls 911 first, they have more weight with their name. That system is terrible. And for them to keep going based on this system is even more stupid.
You understand? So if you need our help, that's
hey,
what
Patty,
I'm
what's
here
up?
for.
What's up? San Diego.
We're not here to mess with you, bother you, or anything. Well, you do understand if you just walk in my place and you just automatically start walking around, and I know y'all wear body cams as well. That's so unfortunate too. If you just come in my place like that and you just start walking around, you have to have my permission to do that. So I don't appreciate that. You can't violate my rights because you got to call it. Okay. Right. So you're not right. You're not helping me if you just come in and you automatically start violating. Well, sir, there's more for that.
He's definitely correct. They are not helping him. You can't just come in and walk around somebody's house because you feel like it. My thing is he shouldn't even invite them in. But hey,
like officers. No, it's not officer safety because I didn't even have to let you in. Right. So no.
Right, you should have. He said I didn't even have to let you in. That's where he messed up. He shouldn't have let them in. He thinks, okay, yeah, let me let them in because whatever reason he had, but obviously you see, bad idea. Bad idea. Do not let them in.
No, don't say right, because it's about my safety because you're in my domain. And if you're here to help me, you can't say, well, my safety, because I have no weapons. Obviously, we don't know that. You do know that because I'm asking you to leave. Please leave.
Yeah,
I'm asking you to leave. You don't feel like I'm asking you to leave. You don't please leave. I'm asking you to leave.
Look at him. This smug look, and I'm telling you, he doesn't respect him. And this is where we get pure tyranny from. He's telling them to leave. This guy doesn't like it, but he knows he needs to leave. But his ego won't let him. His ego won't let him leave. Now this situation is about to blow up just because of him and his ego and his tyranny.
Our residents. Well, if you answer this question, I'm asking you to leave.
That's why I'm saying he keep asking. He said he needs to tell them, you need to leave. Leave now. He needs to give them a law. He needs to give them a lawful order versus trying to, I think he's just being nice about it. And that doesn't help you dealing with, people like him.
All right. I'm about to put you in handcuffs, sir. If you do that, that's your choice. Okay, turn around. Why would you put me in handcuffs?
He's going to put him in handcuffs. Why is he about to put him in handcuffs? Because he's telling them to get out of his house and he's trying to call the authorities because these authorities aren't listening.
Well, turn around, put your hands on your back. What have I done? You're going to listen to what I said. You're going to put down the phone.
What have I done? You're going to listen to what I say. You see how he ignores that question? Because the answer to that question wouldn't make sense.
You're calling 911 and I'm standing right here. But what?
That's not breaking the law.
Have I done? Put down the damn phone. What?
He's yelling at him for no reason. Well, never mind. He already walked in and was standing in his hallways acting like he owned the place already. How is this helping somebody who was called for possibly getting ready to commit suicide? How can this help that person? How can this type of officer, this type of person, this type of energy help somebody who was getting ready to commit suicide? How would that help at all? It wouldn't. And the answer to that question is that it wouldn't. He's a terrible person. For you to know somebody's for you to know or be called that somebody is committing suicide you have no type of de-escalation skills, your objective is to get loud and try to intimidate this person into following some unlawful orders, is insane. And the fact that you yelling at you yelling at a grown man in his own house after he told you leave, insane. This man committed no crime, did nothing wrong. These officers are tyrants, just egotistical. For what? What are you doing this for? It's pure ego, and it's pure. You need to bow down to us. That's the only thing that he's trying to prove here. You need to bow down to us. For what?
Why are you using profanity? Put your hands behind your back.
Why are you got nice to this man? Why are you using profanity at me?
Because you know what? You're calling.
Look at him.
911, we're standing.
So what? You're not 911. You're not helping. He's somebody else calling 911. So that he's calling 911 because he's not getting help. They need to send somebody else because these officers are getting ready. Well, they already have broken the law, but they're getting ready to, basically exactly what happens. They're getting ready to commit crimes.
Right in front of I'm asking you to leave my residency. I'm not leaving your place now. Turn around. Put your hands down.
We're not leaving your place now because we said so. Remember, this is a violation of what this is not just the First Amendment. There's multiple amendments being broken right now.
I'm not doing that now. All right, put your hands behind your back. You're calling 911 right in front of us. Because I asked you to leave my residence. We can't leave. You know this. Determined. You know this. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If you were law enforcement, then you would understand. Okay. And this is why African Americans have issues with law enforcement. Don't start that. Don't start that.
What you mean? Don't start that?
I asked you to leave, and you use.
He said, "What you mean? Don't start that." He's obviously started it.
Profanity at someone? That's okay. I could use that. Oh, really? For someone who you concerned about doing something to themselves. Hey, you know what? When you're not listening to commands, what did you do? That wasn't a command. All right. A command for me to ask you to leave my residency? You got command us to. I can ask you to leave if you're not supposed. Why are you here? You were here to help me, and I are here because somebody wanted us to shut down. And I told you I was fine. And then you started exacerbating my condition. Why are you putting your hand up like for me not to speak? You can't help.
Look at this, man. Insane. He knows this. He knows how crazy this is. Somebody called to help him, and this is the help you get. He's in handcuffs now. That's how they help you. Look at him. This is the help you get. This is the help you get. So how could this possibly help somebody who was on the edge about to commit suicide? And this guy doesn't seem like he's on the edge about to commit suicide.
Person, if you don't want to listen to what they're saying, if I ask you to leave because you're exacerbating my disability, which clearly you're aware I'm a person with a disability because you already observed, number one, you see a sign right here just saying that. Number two, how do I know what that is? Yeah. What is that?
How do you know what that is? It has a handicap. It's a handicap sticker, which means you have some type of handicap or disability. Handicap sticker. Like I said, they don't know. They don't have no investigational skills, but they know. And they just know when somebody's a drug dealer and they pull them over and come on, man, get out of here. Get out of here. But you can't deduce that this person is handicapped or has a disability with the handicap sticker right there. Come on.
Oh, well, how do you know I don't have one? You could, but guess what? If you had one and you came in my residency.
How did you know I don't have one? He does have one. He definitely has a disability. Something is mentally off with him, and he doesn't need to have a badge and a gun.
And so you're the victim here, right? You're the victim here.
Yes,
right? Well, you guys are victimizing me, and now I'm in cuffs.
Yes, he's the victim. What do you mean? You're the victim here? Yeah, he's in handcuffs. Y'all barged in his house. He told you to leave, and now he's in handcuffs because he he was calling the authorities because y'all wouldn't leave. That's that he's a victim now. He's a victim of you committing crimes.
Well, you're in cuffs now because of the way you're acting.
Why? The way he's acting. He didn't act no type of way, but like a normal person. This is what you get for acting normal and being rational. The only thing that they respect if you were irrational, and in their version of rational is do everything they say no matter what, even if it doesn't make sense, even if they're violating you, even if it's breaking the law. That's them thinking like you should do that. You should be irrational, and we'll call that rational. But if you're normal and rational, that is irrational to us. That's the mindset that they go with. But it's all a game. They know it's some BS, but their ego and the tyranny that is deep within them just won't let it go. They have to show that they're in charge. They have to show that, whatever. They have to show that.
Who else is here? Don't. Why are you grabbing me? I'm not doing anything. Relax. Relax. But I asked you not to look. Relax. Okay. That's a violation.
Yes, this is a violation. Fourth Amendment violation.
Why not? Because you were
again. One through his house, walk
you know what? You can call up whoever you talk to and tell them. You know what?
You can call up whoever you want to talk to, but when I was calling somebody, you arrest. He's in handcuffs because he was calling someone.
But you can call up whoever you talk to and tell them. Explain to them why we're here.
Step on my rug, please. That's a very expensive rug.
Who says I want to step on your rug?
Why are you acting like
these your shoes?
Stupid, man. Oh my goodness.
Okay, good. You can put them on. You have ID with you?
I do, but I need to get it. I can't get it.
Where's your ID?
Would you please remove your hands off of me?
No, I will not.
I'm not resisting.
No, I will not. No, I will not. And I recommend you don't resist. So put your shoes on.
Why would I resist so y'all can put my
shoes on?
That's what y'all want to do anyhow.
What's your problem?
What's his problem? This cop is a psychopath. He's very sadistic, and the way he handles people is disgusting. They need to get rid of him. I don't know what these stripes are right here, or I don't think he's a sergeant, but whoever this officer is, hopefully they deal with him.
You know what? We came here because you called for help.
I didn't call you. I didn't call you.
Who did you call?
I did not call you.
Who did you call?
I didn't call you.
Who do you think they're going to call?
I don't know. Obviously, I wouldn't want them to call you all.
Well, they did. Okay.
Well,
and now you're in our custody because you're under a mental evaluation.
What? This cop needs the mental evaluation. This is insane, y'all. This is crazy.
That's funny. Okay. I'm glad, and the body cams are working too.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. Where's your ID? Do you want your ID?
I can't get it because then I'm not going to allow you to go through my things.
Okay, so you don't own any weapons.
I already showed you that I had no weapons.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Okay, you don't know anything.
Because I could go looking for anywhere that you might have a weapon if you're going on a 5150 hold.
I shouldn't be on a 5150 hold.
Hey, what's up, G-Mon?
That's an abuse of authority to put someone on a 5150 hold who has shown no signs of harming themselves.
Are these your keys to your apartment, sir?
They are.
Okay.
Wow. So much has happened in less than 5 minutes.
I don't believe you are law enforcement the way you're acting.
Oh my
I can't believe you're a law enforcement either. But you are. You sit all too often in terms of how law enforcement act.
Act towards who?
Hey, could you go?
So within 5 minutes of these officers coming to check on somebody who was allegedly about to commit suicide, talking about committing suicide, allegedly. I don't think this guy doesn't seem like he was even close to the edge of committing suicide. But, I'm not, a mental health professional, so I don't know. But from what I'm observing, he seems like he's pretty sound mind. This officer, on the other hand, seems mentally unstable, and it definitely seems like something's off with him. But within 5 minutes of them getting here, now this guy's in handcuffs and they're about to take him to jail. How would this help somebody who's about to commit suicide? How? This would just push them even more over the line. So, in my opinion, they're trying to kill him. They want him to die, and that's what it seems like.
Let Aaron know that I'm being unlawfully detained. Don't worry about it. Could you do that for me? Aaron, the manager here. Could you let him know? Aaron, yeah, you can go tell Donna for me. Will you go tell Donna for me? Aaron right here, Donna. John, go tell Aaron that I'm being unlawfully detained. Aaron. Yes, for no reason. For no reason whatsoever.
This is
I did not call you.
I called you so you
can get help. I'm turning around. What are you? Oh, I gotta face this way now. Why is that? What you mean? How am I acting? I hope this is gonna be worth it to you. I hope it's gonna be worth it. Yeah,
that cop is disgusting. This is a nice apartment complex too. He stays in a very nice place.
I'm walking. What you mean? Don't fool you? I think I'm just here for the fun of it. Yeah, apparently you decided to escalate the matter. So yes. Yes, I do. You escalated the matter. You escalated the matter. You will be sitting down in this car, okay? Why wouldn't I not sit down? Good, thank you, sir.
Slade has now been arrested, but it's unclear exactly what for. Calling a mental health hotline is not unlawful, and Slade denies that he claimed he said anything to the extent of harming himself. The officers lack enough information to initiate a 5150 hold, and appear to only have arrested Slade for asking them to leave and dialing 911 in the presence of law enforcement.
The worst thing you can do is make a 911 call right in front of us. I can do what I want to if you're violating my rights. Don't tell me. Oh, so that's retaliation then. I can call wherever I want to. I have not violated any laws. If I want to call 911, is there an extension on there? Call 911. Y'all don't always act in accordance to the law either. Plenty of y'all getting arrested and in prisons. Your badge don't make you above the law. Your badge does not cause me not to have rights. I violate that right. Because I called 911, I can call 911.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Not when I'm there, sir. Yeah,
basically,
what do you mean not when you're there? If I ask you to leave. That's constitutional right. When I asked you to leave, you should leave. When I asked me, I told you that I was in no danger to myself or others. You did not, and you noticed that based on your observation. So when I asked you to leave, after you guys started that's my disability, you should have left. Don't tell me because I'm asking you to leave my residence when you're engaging in appropriate behavior to try to escalate the matter.
The officers attempted to call a supervisor, but are first unable to get a hold of anyone, and after 10 minutes in cuffs, the veteran's physical disabilities became inflamed, so he asked to have the cuffs adjusted.
Okay, give me 1 second. I will not put him in the front. I will fix him though. I will fix him. Yes. I'm asking for a reasonable accommodation. I told you guys that's what I'm gonna do, so be quiet. Zoom because my disability is activated. And then you go raising your voice to kill somebody. Hey, you won't let me get a word in edgewise.
What?
Get up. Get out.
Psychopath,
You can speak
man.
to me in a different tone of voice. You don't need to scroll.
He is a psycho. He is a psycho, and like, yeah, that's a shame. Like, don't call for help. He didn't. And matter of fact, he didn't even call. But when he tried to call for help, he got arrested. They can't. Somebody else called, and man, they make you not want to call. Like, what? it have to be like, you know, it has to be a very, 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 very important reason to ever call them for anything, because you never know how this may go. And also, this is a rule to never let them in your house. You talk to them outside. Don't ever let them in your house, especially if you haven't called them. If you haven't called them and they saying they coming to check on you, I would never let them in my house. No, sir.
Then I am, because you claim you're supposed to be helping me. It's the right. These cuffs are just like, right, and it's not that it's.
Why they can't just put the cuffs in front? There's no reason why they can't put the cuffs in front. He's saying, oh, we're not gonna put the cuffs in front. That's only just to mess with him and make him more uncomfortable, because there's no reason that they wouldn't put the cuffs in front. Because if this was somebody, and if this was an officer that they was arresting or something like that, and he asked him, hey man, can you just cuff me in front? Sure, man, no problem. We'll take care of you, man. You know, we don't want to be in this situation. We know you don't want to be in this situation. We'll go ahead and put the cuffs in front for you, man. We'll, you know, but when it comes to regular citizen, especially one who is a different color and may live in a place that officer wants to live, man. Look how this situation ended up within 5 minutes.
My arm. What are you talking about? I have a. Okay, you're aware that I'm a disabled veteran, right? Sure. Yeah, well, that's what you're saying. You see, there's plenty of room there. No, it's not about the room. It's the positioning of my arms. Well, how do you want your arms? I need this cuff to be removed from the front. You know what? The cuffs wouldn't be on you if you weren't acting the way.
The cuffs wouldn't be on you.
Acting by exercising my constitutional right. Have a seat. I just checked your cuffs. Okay, it's not the cuffs, it's the positioning of my arms.
I just told him. It's not the cuffs, it's the positioning of my arm. So can you cuff me in front? He shouldn't even be handcuffed, period. He should not have handcuffs on him. But okay, I have one condition. It's not the cuffs. It's the position of my arms. Can you put the cuffs in front? This cop is obviously retarded and egotistical. He just a moron with a badge and gun, running around like doing this type of stuff, yelling at people who have issues. And this guy seems I know he has issues from not issues, but I know he has probably some PTSD going on. And you know, he might have things that happened to him when he was on duty in the military, or because he's a vet, so in the military. So this is how the cop deals with vets and people with maybe emotional or in some type of distress. His help is distressing them more and making the situation worse. How is he still employed doing this? Why would he even choose this job? Why would he took the oath? He took the oath to uphold and protect and serve the Constitution. He's not doing any of that right now. He's going completely against his oath. He did take the oath because everybody takes the oath. He remembers taking the oath. He can lie and say he didn't remember taking the oath, but they make it a spectacle and they make it a big deal in that swearing in ceremony. So he's going against everything he swore to, against somebody who went to war for the country. I don't know if he went to war, but he served in the military for the country. He's supposed to get, you know, at least a little bit of extra respect. But again, he's the color he is, and this cop doesn't care about anything but his own ego and being in control and just pure tyranny.
That's how the LAPD does our handcuffs. So that's the purpose of asking for a reasonable accommodation. And that was the reasonable accommodation. No, the reasonable accommodation is to reposition my arm because it's exactly reposition it how? I need it in the front because it's exacerbated.
That's not how we do our handcuffs.
Well, the thing about asking for a reasonable accommodation is a policy exception.
No, we don't have a policy exception.
Yes, you
for
do.
that.
Everyone complies by
You can have no, police do not.
The police does not. He's lying. He's the one. The person is reasonably asking him, hey, can you help me out here? I shouldn't be. This is his help. He shouldn't even be in handcuffs. I'm just
Please
letting
do not.
I'll be going on and on.
I just explained to you what we did.
You haven't done anything. It has nothing to do with because it's the positioning of my arm.
The officers finally get a hold of someone and request a supervisor to arrive on scene.
You know what? Call a supervisor.
Mr. Slade, what's your birthday?
Call a supervisor. I requested a superior officer.
We're going to take you to see one.
You need to leave now then. I'm insane. I'm requesting to see a superior officer.
All right, we're going to take you right now. This is Wheeler from Central Division. How are you? Good. I'm out here in the field, and we have we got a radio call, the second-hand caller from the Veterans Crisis Hotline. And anyways, we're out to his place. According to the comments, he was considering.
So he called the crisis line, and he ended up in handcuffs in the back of a police car, being yelled at, being berated, and being disrespected, and treated less than human. All from him calling the crisis line. What type of chain of events? Oh my goodness. Could you imagine, like, how do those dots connect to him being in handcuffs right now?
That's not
We're here at scene. Have him in custody, but we cannot get a hold of the actual PR who is calling from the Veterans Crisis. He said he did call them, but he did not threaten to commit suicide. 1X45. Can I get a supervisor for a location? Yeah, I actually tried to call them.
So they take your jail. You
And wasn't able to.
You get taken to jail.
That's probably a huge bureaucracy.
You better not try to kill yourself.
While waiting, the officers laugh off the possibility of a lawsuit.
As soon as he's gonna be on here. Look,
That's fine, sir.
yeah, you think I'm lying.
Yeah.
And I'm suing. Why?
Okay.
You can laugh. I'm glad you find it funny.
No, sir. We got your date of birth.
I don't care what you got.
Eventually, Slade would ask for medical assistance for the pain in his neck.
Maybe we can do that because.
Are you gonna help me with the handcuffs?
No, look. I'm gonna ask you something. Okay? I want to talk to you for a second.
My arm is exacerbated.
Douglas.
I don't want to talk to you.
Because that's what we. I don't want you to be in handcuffs any longer than you have to be.
I need medical attention. Did you take me to get medical attention?
Yes, you will get medical attention.
I need it immediately.
Okay.
I've asked for a reasonable accommodation for the last 15 minutes.
Douglas, you requested a supervisor. I called one.
No, but now he's taking them to. I need medical. I requested an accommodation as well. I'm the ADA and the California Disability Person. You guys are refusing to do that.
Douglas,
Why you put your hand up like that?
if you don't need medical assistance.
I said I need medical attention. I don't know why you would say something different than what I just said. I need medical attention.
Do you take any medication?
I'm not answering that question. I need medical attention.
Look how that'd be my thoughts. Like, why would you just say something different than what I just said? Why would you do that? But obviously, they are trying to manipulate him. It's so. I find this wicked. When people do stuff like, I find this wicked.
If you don't need medical assistance.
I said I need medical attention. I don't know why you would say something different than what I just said. I need medical attention.
Do you take any medication?
I'm not answering that question. I need medical attention immediately.
Okay. What's your birthday?
I'm not answering that question either.
They're gonna need this information.
I'm already entertained. What you mean they're gonna need it? You already got me in caution now? Shit, they're gonna find it out anyway. I'm not answering any of your questions.
You don't want to answer any questions.
I don't have to.
Right.
You haven't even told me that.
They call him an ambulance, and then he could go with them if he wants. Douglas.
And the crazy thing is here, this cop knows he messed up, but his ego just won't let it. His ego won't let it go. What he should have did right here is just let this man go back in his house and just, you know, hopefully it blows over. But no, his ego will not let him. He has to take it all the way there.
So you would like me to call you an ambulance?
I need.
So you would like me to call your ambulance. How many times do you got to say it? How many times? How many times? How many times? I need medical assistance. I need medical assistance. I need medical assistance. So if you don't need medical assistance, I don't know why you would say something different than what I just said. I need medical attention. I need medical attention. Hey, so do you need medical attention? What?
Medical attention.
You would like me to call your ambulance?
That you guys use. I need medical.
Okay, can you tell me the?
Yeah, we'll call an ambulance. I said it many times.
We'll call you an ambulance. Is that what you want?
Once I requested a reasonable accommodation, was 15
Well, no,
minutes ago.
you got to say what you need.
No, I requested a reasonable accommodation. You didn't grant it. As a result of that, it exacerbated. I
do not put your hands up in front. That's not going to happen.
Excuse me?
Your hands are not going to be placed in front of you.
Okay.
That's not how we do things.
Well, the whole purpose of a reasonable accommodation is to make a policy exception.
No.
You're not even a superior officer. You don't.
Douglas, we don't do it like that. What do you need the ambulance for?
Attention.
For?
My exacerbation of disability, cervical radiculopathy, C5 and C6.
Okay.
Due to the handcuffs.
Look, he telling me exactly what it is. This cop, man.
Okay.
And
He doesn't even need to tell him what it's for. All he needs to tell him is, I need it. And you're supposed to call it for him. He'll have to give you this. Thankfully, this man is intelligent enough to articulate it, but man, if this guy wasn't this smart and being able to articulate himself, this would have been even worse. But still, he shouldn't have let them in his house. This is what letting them into your house led to.
the abusive touching that you did as well on the elevator.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're here because you're requesting all these services.
You're not giving it. That's the problem. Why am I still here?
I'm calling you an ambulance.
Why was I handcuffed in the first place? Because I called 911.
1X45. Can I get an RA 255 for now? Approximately 30.
You're in custody because you're under a mental evaluation.
In his mind, in these cops' mind, this is all his fault. He caused all this. The victim of this situation is the one who caused all this. Get out of here. They wanted this. They egged this on. They took it here. Crazy. This is what they call help. This is help. This is them helping you.
Complaining of pain to
From
his
us.
neck.
You don't have authority to put someone.
When the VA calls us, yes, we do.
You said because I called
Yes, we do.
911.
No, it's not that. You don't get to do that. That is against the law. You don't get to do that.
It's on video.
You don't get to do that.
No, you doing it.
Who are you going to call? The police on the police?
I guess.
No, that's not going to happen.
Investigate the police. What do you mean the police on the
Not going to happen, sir.
Who handles the investigation of the complaint?
You're more than happy to speak to a supervisor about what we did here today.
Nah, it's gotta be more than
You're more than happy to speak to a supervisor. That's fine.
It's gotta be more than
That's fine.
I hope it is fine.
It's not a problem,
You
sir.
always have to not be able to I really could use some help.
Douglas, will you listen to me for a second?
I have been listening.
Okay.
You haven't been listening.
I'm not here to fight you, argue with you.
already have.
Just hear me out for a second.
That's exactly what you've been doing.
Hear me for a second.
I don't need to. You don't need to talk to me. I asked for accommodation. You can't help. Don't try to deviate from what y'all did out there.
It's okay. You can say whatever you like.
I know I can. You don't have to tell me. I already know I can.
Yeah.
All right, take care, Patty.
Tell me he's got
I know it's
spine
late,
issues from previous
late
injuries.
on that side.
And from you putting your hands on me, there was an
X45
additional
was
injury as well.
complained of
This is
Okay.
unbelievable.
I know. Okay.
That's fine.
disabled military veteran.
Roger.
30 minutes after being cuffed, a supervisor arrives on scene.
Hey, sorry. I'm rolling here. Okay, so got a call from the VA.
Let's see how you
Apparently, this guy threatened to commit suicide over the phone. Then I hung up the phone, so it generated.
Apparently, he threatened to commit suicide. Is that what they said? If he did say that, for one, that should be recorded. So all you need to do is get the recording to see if that was actually what he said. I can't wait till that. I can't wait till if that recording comes out of that conversation with the crisis line. That's gonna be, oh. If he called and maybe he was upset and said things out of frustration, or just venting. He could have just been venting. And that's what happens. But
Call with the VA called us. Get out here. We get up to the apartment. He's in there. He opens the door for us. He actually lets us in.
look, he actually lets us in.
After a few minutes, start just check and make sure nobody else is in there. We handcuff him because
You handcuffed him
immediately
because
gets irate. Starts calling.
you handcuffed him because he immediately gets irate. Wow. Look how quickly the story changes to try to make this cop seem like he was in the right and this is the right situation that is happening right now. No, he didn't get irate. He asked you politely to leave. You didn't leave. So he was trying to call the authorities, someone to get you to leave. And then you start yelling at him and screaming at him. And oh my goodness.
On 911 on his phone because now he's asking us to leave. But it's like at that point, I'm already there. So put him in handcuffs.
You're already what?
I'm not able to get a hold of the lady from the VA.
Now you can't get a hold of the person in the VA when he was the line that he called. Now you can't get a hold of them. So you still have him in handcuffs for no reason. And the sergeant knows, like, hey, I still don't see a reason why he should be in cuffs right now. But he lets him know that he's rolling as soon as he walks up. Say, hey, I'm recording. My body cam's on, so don't say nothing. I won't say nothing crazy.
Whoever called it in, I have to try to find her extension somehow.
You can't even get
but he's just been completely irate the whole time.
Now how is he being completely irate? He's been very rational, very patient, and very understanding, while you simply yell at him, scream at him, treat him less than human, and won't do a reasonable accommodation by placing the cuffs in front when he shouldn't even be cuffed anyway.
He's in handcuffs. He wants his handcuffs in the front. I told him he cannot do that. I made sure his handcuffs were loose enough. They weren't restricting any type of.
He told you it's not the cuffs on his wrist. It's the position of his arm.
Issue with his hands or anything like that. But like I said, he's completely 415. He wants a supervisor. Call him an RA. He said he's got pre-existing injuries from the military. Won't answer any of our questions. Won't work with us in the slightest. But
there's no reason to work with you. There's no reason to deal with you. For one, you have bad attitude. You're egotistical. You're a tyrant. Why would somebody even want to talk to you, deal with you? You're not listening. He can say something over and over again and you don't hear it. All you hear is, I want to have control of this situation. Blah, 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 blah. Like a retard. Like, how, man, how do you be like that?
That's where we're at. Well, to us, at this point, he won't answer any of our questions to do anything. But and then after we got him in handcuffs and anything, I started making the phone calls. MEU says, "Oh yeah, okay, we'll have a team at the station for you to meet us there." But as far as me verifying what he said with the VA, I can't. Yeah, can't do that. Well, then you just need to do that. Yeah, you get checked up by the RA. Yeah, right. Yeah, MEU's going to meet us there at the station. Okay. All right.
So what display?
You didn't let us finish our investigation.
What you mean? That's no reason to put someone.
Yes, it is.
Why? Because you was violating my rights.
We're not violating any rights.
How can you say that?
We did not conduct our investigation
What was your investigation?
to see if you needed
And
to
I
be
indicated
placed.
that I was good.
Okay. You didn't let us finish our investigation. Okay. All right.
The same.
Okay. If that's how you like to see it. All right, Douglas, this is our supervisor.
Slade explains that he was put in custody for calling 911 and the extent of his disabilities to the supervisor, during which an ambulance arrives.
How you doing, sir? This guy's been very difficult with us. He's in custody for 5150
I hate
evaluation.
the way that he's being very difficult with us. How is he being difficult with you? Y'all shouldn't even, he shouldn't be in cuffs. He shouldn't be dealing with you. He's not being difficult. He's asking, all he has been doing is asking politely for you to either leave his house, which he has the right to actually demand that you leave. But since you don't leave his house, you take him out of his house, you kidnap him, put him in handcuffs, and he asks you, "Hey, I have an injury. Can you place the cuffs in front because the position of my arm is exacerbating my injury?" The cop is the only one who's been yelling, raising his voice, getting irate, being berating and doing all. He's the only one who's done that. And now he's telling this guy, oh my goodness, man. This cop is a monster. What? How could you? Come on, man. Come on.
The thing is, he has prior injuries to his back. I guess the C-spine issue or something from previous injury in the military or something like that. Okay. And he requested an ambulance. So here we are. But I know there's nothing you can really. So he's ambulatory on scene.
And you're telling this paramedic some stuff that he doesn't need to know. All this paramedic needs to know is that this person needs help. Go help him. Why are you trying to prep him to have a bias against this man just because you have a bias against him? Like, why would you do that other than you being wicked and just want to control how somebody else feels about him? Just to, like, come on, man. Just, hey, this guy, we've been dealing with, he needs some help. You try to give this rundown of, that's basically what you're doing, trying to give them a rundown of, so they have preconceived notions about this man.
Walking, talking, awake and alert.
Yeah.
And we're going to the hospital because,
you know what? If he says he doesn't want to go, does he still have to go?
Oh, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's gonna. So we're here because he says he doesn't want to go by squad car. He wants to go by ambulance.
No. Why you're here is I was going to take him to the station to get eval by our mental evaluation.
And both of these paramedics should their face, this guy and this guy, their face should be their face shouldn't be blurred because they're public officials. So their face shouldn't be blurred, but let's keep going.
People, but he has been so difficult with us, and now he's claiming he's got previous back injuries and wants us to reposition his handcuffs, and we can't do that. So that's where we're at. We're here for a mental evaluation.
Okay.
And so when we have him in handcuffs, he doesn't obviously like being in handcuffs. So now he's complaining we need to move his handcuffs to the front. We can't do that. So he's saying it's irritating his previous
Y'all can't do that.
injuries from the military.
Do you have any medical complaint before you guys got down here?
No. So if they don't transport them,
Look at him.
yeah, we'll just take him to the station. I mean, there's nothing medically.
I think. All right. So
If there's nothing
Now he's about to say there's nothing medically wrong with him.
medically.
so here's the deal.
There's nothing medically wrong with him. As if he has an X-ray, like as if he has X-ray vision. He can see this man's injury. He can see if this man is hurt or not. This is the same people who they had this handcuffs man put in the back of like a van or something, hit the brakes on him, smashed him, and the man broke his neck. And they saying, "Oh, you okay, man? Stand up. You all right, man? Ain't nothing wrong with you. Stand up." After the man's neck was broken and he was dying. So, like, it's just this pure evil, pure evil. You're not. How can you have no human compassion? None. No compassion whatsoever. No type of empathy, no type of de-escalation. And you're supposed to, and you are the one who got called to a wellness check. Oh my goodness. They need a separate set of people to deal with wellness checks. You can't send this egotistical maniac to help somebody who's dealing with anything medical, anything mental health related.
How much time you have on?
20.
I have 34. So the smartest thing's going to be
Exactly.
handcuff him to the rails,
That's,
take him to the hospital, tell the doctor.
and you know he slipped up when he said that, because now he gonna have to stand on that too. So if you said there's nothing wrong with him, why is he in handcuffs? Oh, he was being irate, and the only thing that you got him in handcuffs for right now is that he was calling 911 while you were there, and you just not gonna stand for that. That is not a law being broken. So again, they came up and broke the law, and he was calling 911 because he saw that they were about to break the law. He was about to report. He was calling 911 to report a crime. But you didn't want him to report your crime, so now you committed a crime to stop him from calling out your crimes. It's like what kind of what kind of world?
He's complaining that he's got previous back injuries and he fell in comfort position. He realized we need to clear him. That way, it takes all the liability off you guys, takes it off the city. I think that'll be the best thing to do.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
We got.
So we're on the same
What
page.
information does he have?
So all I need is his name, birthday, address if he's got for his homeless. But we'll basically do that. So,
Okay.
Slade is then handcuffed to a gurney and taken to the hospital.
Actually, here, stand up here for a second.
Did you stop putting your hands on me?
I know I have to.
I'm gonna get up myself though.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just gonna make sure.
I'm asking you to remove your hand.
No, I'm not. Stand up, please.
I just They don't want to leave. I called 911. They detained me. They saying I'm on a 5150 home. They saying I'm on a 5150 home. So if I'm on a 5150 home, then for calling 911,
Don't be telling everybody that.
I can tell people what the hell I want.
You're going for an evaluation.
Yeah. He don't want. Look how he tried to cancel his free speech right there. He just tried to cancel his First Amendment. Right. He's violated so many rights over and over again, trying to tell him he can't tell people what happened. Now you got to shut up and just let us, like, no, he can tell people what happened. He just doesn't like it because he knows that he already know he did something wrong. Now he don't even want him telling other people that he did something wrong, which is crazy.
You want medical help? You get medical help.
Yeah.
Look, the sergeant needs to really talk to this officer instead of trying. I notice what sergeants do is that they'll hit the irate, they'll hit them with the subtle, they'll hit them with like a subtle thing to basically tell them, hey, you need to stop. But they won't just come out and say, no, that's wrong. He can say what he wants. They try to make it to where he's not making the officer look bad, because that's the same thing that happened with me with Officer Mercado and the sergeant that came there. The sergeant was basically telling Mercado that I have every right to do what I'm doing, but Mercado didn't like it. But the sergeant wouldn't just come out and outright tell his officer what's right and what's wrong. He just kind of like try to subtly do it, like this sergeant is doing right now. He's basically telling, hey, no, don't do that, because he has a freedom of speech, and you can't suppress his freedom of speech just because you don't like that he's telling the truth. Like, come on. But this sergeant not doing that, which that makes me not trust this sergeant either.
And then they can just tell the doctor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
According to medical records, Slade was forcibly injected multiple times while double cuffed to the gurney. While incapacitated, he was placed in leather restraints and put on a catheter. After his release, he would sue, asking for $10 million in damages. But the officers, of course, would ask to be granted qualified immunity and for the case to be dismissed. But the judge rejected the dismissal, ruling that Officers Wheeler and Yabana are not entitled to qualified immunity for the unconstitutional detention, excessive force, retaliation, violation of due process, violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act, violation of the Bain Act, battery, false arrest, imprisonment.
Look how much they regular pay. They're making over $100,000 a year. Over $100,000 a year. This guy has over $53,000 in overtime pay. What is he doing? Look how much he getting paid to do this. He been doing this over 20 years. This one been doing it about 20 years. So there's no way that they cannot know. There's no way that they cannot know. This is unbelievable, y'all. $116,000 overtime paid. So almost over 100 and what is that? Almost $170,000. Even more, over $175,000 he's made doing this. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. And they talking about they not getting funded the way they need to. Come on, man. Come on. Can y'all believe that? Over $175,000 if you add all this up. Close to $200,000 he got to run around doing what he's doing. He's a police officer too. Come on, man. Come on. Unbelievable, y'all. Unbelievable.
and negligence. The judge further stated that the city is vicariously liable for the officers' actions.
Yes,
And
they
now,
are.
the officers are set to face trial early next year over the false arrest, sexual abuse, and forced hospitalization. But there is no word whether or not they are to face criminal charges or if the LAPD plans to discipline the officers. So, let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. And of course,
That's
as
what
further news of the lawsuit emerges, I will be sure to let you know. But in the meantime, be sure to check out one of my other videos linked on screen.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Let me see who all with me. Joko, what's up? What's up? Yeah, man, we just finished watching crazy, man. I can't believe that. Can't wait to follow up with that story. But so here we got another story. This is the Civil Rights Lawyers channel. A kid railroaded after cop profiles him and then dies. So this was a case where this cop is, you know, racially profiling, and you know, he ends up having like a heart attack or something. Not the kid, the officer. The officer ended up having a heart attack after racially profiling this kid. Then they tried to charge the kid with the cop having a heart attack. They tried to say it was his fault. He stressed him out and caused him to have a heart attack. How unbelievable is that?
In Florida that you should know about. This 18-year-old Hispanic kid gets confronted by a police officer even though he's doing nothing wrong.
Stop! Okay, but why did you get up and walk away?
Huh?
When you saw me,
This freak.
you got up and walked away. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Where are you staying? Sleeping?
You see,
Where are you standing?
Here?
yes.
Well, why aren't you eating inside? Okay, do you have any?
Outside, like it. The question that he's answering, the question that he's asking, is none of his business, and this kid doesn't even have to answer that.
ID and identification license?
But
ID identification
yeah.
in the room?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your first name?
Huh?
Your first name?
I'm sorry, I'm speaking.
Okay, do you have any weapons on you?
Huh?
You have any weapons on you?
No.
Well, you know what that is. Turn around. Let me look.
No.
Turn around.
No.
Turn around.
No.
Don't walk away from me.
No, sorry.
Don't pull away from me.
And that then leads to a physical altercation. Afterwards, apparently the police officer had a heart attack, and now they're trying to pin it on this 18-year-old kid who didn't even speak English. I was made aware of this situation by Jeff Gray from Honor Your Oath Civil Rights Investigations. And unfortunately, we don't have the full body cam footage yet because they have not released it. But we have this interaction, which is extremely important because they charged this kid with resisting an officer with violence and aggravated manslaughter of a police officer because, like I said, this officer subsequently died apparently of a heart attack. So let's go through the footage that we do have and see what it shows. But first, the sponsor of this video is Ridge, and they've sponsored so many of my videos now that every time somebody recognizes me from YouTube, people ask me about Ridge wallets. And yes, I actually use one myself. I will pull it out of my pocket and demonstrate it and try to sell them to random strangers. I spent like 30 minutes at a fundraiser last weekend showing the bartender and bystanders my wallet and why they need to get one. Right now, I'm using the new Hyperlime color, but there are 30 plus colors as well as leather if you prefer that. And I'll tell you what I told them. Now's the time. If you want a huge discount, use my link. Go to ridge.com/TCRL and get up to 30% off through December 20th. This is my go-to gift because it's like giving somebody a life hack. They're just so much better than the traditional bulk pockets. 6 key. Buy it and each one comes not support.com. You can no purchase. This was the body cam footage of 52-year-old arresting officer St. John's County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Michael Kunovich, who subsequently collapsed and died of a heart attack following the struggle that happened here. The kid's name is Virgilio Aguilar Mendez, an 18-year-old who later confirmed that he feared being deported back to Guatemala. He was charged with aggravated manslaughter of an officer and resisting an officer with violence. He is currently, according to the last media report I found, being detained without bail. This incident happened on May 19th at about 9 p.m. when Sergeant Kunovich saw this young man in the Super 8 motel parking lot on Florida 16 next to a closed Howard Johnson hotel in St. Augustine. This is according to the arrest report.
Stop! 422 St. John's. 1012, single 13P, Hispanic male, white t-shirt, black shorts, Super 8 of 16, 3576, you get phone me.
Kunovich determined that, in his opinion, it was suspicious, and he began to question him, though there was no call for service. The closed Howard Johnson surprisingly did not call and complain that this guy was walking through their parking lot.
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, why, when I was driving around, stop.
Eating.
Okay, but why did you get up and walk away?
Huh?
When you saw me, you got up and walked away. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
But you meet me here, you go for drinking.
Where are you staying?
Huh?
Where are you staying? Sleeping?
You say, yeah.
Here?
Yes.
Well, why aren't you eating inside?
I'm sorry.
What?
Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, I've got something coming. Okay, do you have any ID and identification, license?
What?
ID, identification.
Yeah.
In the room?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your first name?
Huh?
Your first name?
I'm sorry. I'm speaking.
So when the officer attempts to grab and pat the kid down, Aguilar Mendez resists and a struggle ensues. Other deputies arrive and a taser is used in an attempt to control him. Now, these are the words of the media report from the Florida Times-Union. I'll post at the link below. Continuing on, while fighting on the ground with the deputies, Aguilar Mendez grabs the taser to try to take it away or to stop them. They get him handcuffed. But he still retrieves a folding pocket knife from his shorts pocket. This is according to the police report. Shortly afterwards, they disarm him. Then Kunovich collapses from medical distress. And that is the official report here. The sheriff's office said that the struggle lasted about 6 minutes. About 3 deputies were involved in securing this kid, who his attorney pointed out is 5'4" and weighs 115 pounds. The sheriff, Robert Hardwick, said during a news conference that Sergeant Kunovich did everything by the book and that Aguilar Mendez was trespassing. Quote, all the suspect had to do was comply, Hardwick said. They didn't voluntarily give this body cam footage to the reporters when they requested them. And I wonder why. What does the body cam actually show?
Okay, do you have any weapons on you?
Huh?
You have any weapons on you?
No.
Well, you know what that is. Turn around, let me look.
No.
Turn around.
No.
Turn around.
But no.
Don't walk away from me.
No, sorry.
Don't pull away from me.
First of all, you can see that the officer grabs Virgilio's right arm, which is holding a cell phone, apparently talking to his mom on the phone. And the officer yanks Virgilio's right arm backwards, basically says the whole stop resisting line. Don't pull away from me. Well, he didn't pull away from me. You very clearly can see with your own eyes that the officer is the one who pulled Virgilio's arm backwards.
Turn around.
But no.
Don't walk away from me.
No, sorry.
Don't pull away from me.
Let's set aside the fact right now that there is no justification under the Fourth Amendment for the officer to even detain Virgilio at this point, much less grab a hold of him and search him. But wait, you ask, does the Fourth Amendment even apply to illegal aliens? Does the officer have a loophole here? The Fourth Amendment does apply to illegal aliens, migrants, immigrants, whatever you want to call them. It does have some limited application in, say, border searches, things like that, other areas of the Constitution. But here, under these circumstances, yes, the Fourth Amendment does protect Virgilio, even though he's from Guatemala and is not legal at this point.
I'm checking you for what? Get your hands away from your.
No.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
No.
Hey, what's up, Kel?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Hey.
Crazy. So he rolls up to this kid, starts questioning him. Hey, what you doing? Why you not eating inside? Why you eating outside? Where you staying? Where you sleeping? What's that in your back pocket? Turn around. The fact that he and y'all cops are crazy, man.
So here are my thoughts on this. While it's tragic that this police officer died,
is it tragic the way he's acting?
Can't just pin his death on this 18-year-old kid, even if the initial stop were justified. But let's look at the initial stop, because I believe the lack of any legal justification for this encounter to begin with throws the whole thing out.
So whether he was justified in stopping this kid or not, which we already know he's not justified in stopping this kid because the kid didn't do nothing wrong, outside of just existing. How you gonna try to charge this? How you gonna try to charge this kid with the death of an officer because the officer had a heart attack from him stressing himself out, committing crimes? He's the one committing crimes. So, he in his quest to violate this kid and be an egotistical tyrant, his heart couldn't take it, and he didn't make it. So the fact that they trying to charge this kid with that, who is the DA on this case? Who put these charges on this kid? Come on. And how could they even deal with themselves or look at themselves knowing that they trying to charge this kid with something that they know isn't his fault? Come on, man. What are you trying to, man? What you think, the kid put a spell on him?
A police officer must have reasonable suspicion that some crime has occurred in order to seize somebody under the Fourth Amendment for what's called an investigatory detention. So where a police...
I'm all right, Kels. Just trying to process these crazy stories that I stopped looking at these. I stopped following these stories for 2 days, and this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with cops being called on somebody who was allegedly saying they were going to commit suicide. So they ended up taking the person that was having a mental issues. They took him to jail, berated him, belittled him, and just treated him less than human. That was their help for him. Now this cop rolls up on this kid and tries to, and just straight violates him, and ended up passing away. He ended up passing away after this. Now they're trying to charge the kid with this. Like, this is insanity.
Police officer is forcing somebody who's walking down the sidewalk or a parking lot to stop and give them his ID.
What's up, Jim?
Or a police officer is grabbing a hold of somebody and searching them. That is a seizure under the Fourth Amendment. So at the very least, to even stop him and forcibly compel him his ID or his information, that requires reasonable suspicion. And then to grab a hold of him, pat him down and search it, that's more of a Terry stop, a Terry frisk. That requires reasonable suspicion and also probable cause to believe that the person may be armed and dangerous. Here we have none of that. How is this not just a racial profiling incident? The only allegation of reasonable suspicion is that it was a suspicious person. Now, there was no call. This kid was a tenant at the Super 8 motel. Now, this did not occur at the Super 8 motel property. It was next door at a Howard Johnson that was closed down. There was no call for service. So the only allegation they have is that he looked suspicious and he was trespassing. Well, there was no call. There was no complaint about trespassing. There are no indications that this property was like barricaded off and the kid like jumped the fence or something like that. No, he's just walking to his hotel room, talking to his mother on the phone. What makes him suspicious? What they don't want to say is perhaps the skin color. So therefore, with no reasonable suspicion that a crime has occurred, this kid never should have been detained. Then once he's detained, we have the language barrier problem. So the officer just immediately escalates the situation completely unnecessarily. I would imagine that there are resources for this officer to communicate with somebody who doesn't speak English or doesn't speak English well. But instead, he just completely escalates it. And you know what? That is perfectly consistent with the fact that this guy ended up having a heart attack. And it's just sad what they're trying to do to this kid, to railroad him and make him a scapegoat for the unfortunate death of this police officer. And the one thing that can stop this from happening is public exposure. So that's why it's important to share this video, to share this incident, to share this footage, which is why Jeff Gray sent it to me and said, broadcast this out here. And you know what? I think police officers sometimes should stop and think, you know what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do in this situation? You know, Jesus would protect the vulnerable among us, the lesser among us. He would protect those people. He would not act like you act, to confront this person and to question them, to accuse them, to grab a hold of them, to use violence on them. You know what? Police officers, they should act a little more Christ-like, in my opinion.
For sure.
So share this, get it out there. Let's stay on top of this one. So follow along, both at the blog, thecivilrightslawyer.com, and here. Remember, our rights don't end where your fear begins. Freedom is scary. Deal with it.
Right. So I agree 100% with the criminal lawyer that cops need to be more Christ-like. I don't understand how they're not. Come on, y'all. Yeah, I don't understand how let me try to get this good. Yeah, it's the fact that they should be one of the ones who are the most. They should be a step above normal people. They in every aspect. They should be more understanding. They should be more empathetic. They should be more willing to de-escalate a situation. They're in a position of authority, but yet all they try to do is use that authority to abuse the power. You know, they definitely need to be more Christ-like. All they have to do is just follow the oath that they swear allegiance to. If they would just follow the oath, we wouldn't have a problem. But they go against their own oath that they go against their own oath and don't even know what the oath is about, because they don't. When they swear to the oath, they don't even know what that oath is about, because they haven't even looked at the Constitution. And Kelsbell says no situation that cops can make better. They always make things worse. I would say 98% of the time they make every situation worse. The question is, did karma creep up on this cop for what he was doing? You know, this is, man, all I know is that it wasn't this kid's fault that this cop had a heart attack dealing with what he was doing. And would he have had that heart attack if he didn't go stress himself out trying to profile this kid? Who knows? We got some more stories lined up. Hold on, y'all. Check this one out. We got a female cop. You know how it gets with female cops. So we got female cop shoots man after he tases her dog.
Damn!
Quit walking closer to me. Let my dog go.
On Sunday, August 29th, 2021, an officer-involved shooting unfolded in Homerville, Georgia. Responding to a 911 call about suspicious persons in a vehicle, a traffic stop was initiated. Tracy Allen Guess, 50, was driving, and Samuel Reginald Thornton, 42, was the passenger. The situation took an unexpected turn when Guess drove away from the scene.
Put my body camera on. I think he's trying to fiddle. Oh, God. Hold on a minute. I'm going to have to call you back. Oh, we still down Frank Systems. Be careful, Austin.
Towards Continental Highway.
Shouldn't be texting and driving. Shouldn't be having your phone and driving. I'm sure if you saw somebody doing that, you would try to pull them over for it. But when she does it, everything's good.
Damn. Or 1080. Yeah.
If he bails out, just tell him if they get ready to stop. Tell him to stay in the vehicle. Don't run from the vehicle. Let that dog go. Just lock the door and let him go. And just come block him. Make sure he targets that person.
He's done hit Austin and he's trying to hit me. Oh, God. He's hitting Austin again. Oh, shit! 1050.
She is too dramatic. She is way too dramatic. I already know. She way too dramatic already.
1050. Get out! Get the fuck out and get down! I'm not with you. Get on the ground. Get on the.
Look. She yelling. Look at her. He's obviously not the driver. He's got out, hands like this, already was getting on the ground. And she just, I'm telling you, she turned up on nothing. Like, turned up on nothing.
Ground. Get on the ground on your.
He don't know what to do.
Right now.
He don't know what to do. Look at her. Why are you screaming at him? He's in handcuffs already. Did he handcuff himself?
I'm not fucking with you.
Look how she ready to kill him. When he has his arms out, hands out, laying over, he rolling over. He don't know what to do. He don't know if he should lay down. And she just, look at her. Crazy.
Get on the fucking ground, Tracy. Get on the fucking ground. If you try running, I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God.
She is blasphemous. What are you swearing to God to? What? For one, what God are you swearing to? And then what are you swearing to that God? If he runs, what? You're gonna kill him?
Get on the fucking ground. If you move, you're gonna get it too. You understand?
Bring me your coat. You don't come out.
I didn't mean to, man.
Don't you fucking run. I'll let my dog out. Stay the fuck.
Don't you run out.
Stay the fuck down. I got the dookie, y'all.
Stay the fuck down.
I got the dookie, man.
Okay, get it a fucking again. Get it a fucking again.
They spraying it, tasing him. He's taking up. That's a big country boy. He don't care none of that.
Go ahead and try.
she doesn't need to have a dog. She doesn't need to have a license. She don't need to have a gun. She don't need to have a badge. None of that. For one, the owner, the dog is gonna go based off the owner's energy and how the owner is react. So if she turned up like this and erratic, dramatic, the dog is gonna be even more crazy. How can you
go ahead and try get the fuck on the ground. Get the fuck on the ground. Come get in this car now. Get in. Up. Come get in this fucking car. If you don't get in this fucking car right now, I'm about to beat your ass. Get in the.
If you don't come get in this car right now, I'm about to beat your ass. What type of law? What type? Is that a law? Is that what they teach them in training? Come get in the car if I beat your ass? That does not sound like a law enforcement professional. That sounds like somebody on the street who think they bad. And she knows she can't beat this man ass. Like the fact, like this is why I don't like when. Come on now, this is a grown man without your gun and badge. You really think you walking up to grown men talking about do this before I beat your ass? No, you're not doing that. The only reason you feel like you can do that right now, and it's probably the only reason you are in the position right now, is because you got a badge and a gun. That's probably the only reason you took the job, so you could say stuff like that.
Car.
I didn't want my phone. I was just trying to get my phone.
Get in the fucking car.
Yes, ma'am. I wasn't trying to do nothing. It ain't nowhere to sit.
Get the in. Take this shit off.
Yes, ma'am. I don't got nothing. My money and stuff in there.
Don't you reach for shit.
I'm not, ma'am. You ain't see me resist.
Money, cigarette.
My money. I ain't did nothing. You treating me like I did something.
Get in there.
My money
Get
and
in
stuff.
there and
Get my money and stuff.
Try me.
I'm not
Get
trying.
in the car.
Look
I'm
at
not
her.
trying.
I'm not trying you. What are you talking about? She is not even there right now. She's not even there. She's not in human mode right now. She's hopped up on adrenaline because she hyped herself up like that. Like she is crazy. She is crazy. Her emotions are high and she's crazy right now. Nobody's doing anything. She said, hey, I got my money and stuff right there. That's my money on the ground. You just gonna leave my money and stuff on the ground? Can you at least grab my money and put it somewhere? Or grab my stuff and put it somewhere? Give him, yeah, stop trying me. I'm not trying you. I just want to get my money. I haven't did nothing wrong, but you treat me like a criminal. Yeah. Like, telling you, crazy. She's not thinking, bro, I cannot imagine them in a real situation. This is not even a real situation. Okay, you got somebody that, like, this is not high stakes situation. This is not a shootout. This is not nothing like that, man. And I just don't understand how can they be like this in situations that don't cause high stress. So imagine them in real high stress situations. They take a low stress situation and make it a high stress situation to make it seem like, like it's crazy.
Where's he at? Where's he at?
This is a low stress situation right here.
Oh. Give me this. Where's he at? Are you good? Here, use my shirt. We have one in custody. The other one's running on foot.
Probably
it's any mess. Let me get the dog. We got one in custody. The other one's running and very combative. Taser's been deployed twice. No effect.
Hey, you
Shut up.
Telling him, not letting him, telling him to shut up, as if he committed the crime. He didn't run. He wasn't driving. You don't know. You don't know if he had anything. He could have been telling the man to stop and pull over, let me out. And the guy didn't want to. He just kept driving. Now she treating him like the criminal. All you need to do is get stuff off the ground. And she's so hyped up on whatever. She telling him to shut up and all this other stuff. Now, when somebody gets mad and start giving her the same energy that she giving out, then she gonna escalate it even more. She trying to escalate it. Then when people take it to a level, she just want to up the score on the escalation. Insane. Got the dog super hyped for no reason.
You get my money, please.
You can have jury. Come on. I got mine.
Can you get my money, ma'am? Ma'am.
The best thing for you to do is to
call her ma'am. And then the best thing he need to do is shut up. No, he don't need to shut up. For what?
shut up.
Why I got to be quiet?
Come on. Come on.
Get his money off.
I know we turned on the call deal right here at 3231. I don't know the road. It's mile 16.
Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Push. We're right here by the fire tower in Cogdale. 3231. I don't know the road. Yeah. Track. I got him, Austin. I'm gonna let this dog go. You better get on the ground. Nine. Nine. Push. No. He went in his red barn over here. I don't know where it is. Because I saw him. He's out here. He's walked in the woods back here to this big red storage shed. Nine. We got him in our sights. He's in between us and the highway.
Man, he got a fighter there, man. Man, they done pepper spray and tasers, man. He's still going.
This dog's about to bite you, Tracy. I'm not f***ing with you. If you don't get on the ground and put these handcuffs on, I can't breathe.
So look at all this stuff that Tracy did, and she's talking real nice to Tracy compared to how she talked to the black man who didn't do nothing wrong. Or am I tripping? Or what do y'all think about that? Look, I mean, she did tase Tracy, but how she talking to him now versus how she was talking to the man who basically was getting down and didn't do nothing. And you notice how she put her Glock away for Tracy and pulled out her taser, but she was willing to. I don't know. It's just the way they being treated is totally different. And Tracy's the one who was driving and actually committed the crime.
Can't breathe.
Oh, you can't breathe. Oh.
9, 10. Look. Austin, move. Austin, step out the way. You ready? You ready? You ready? Okay. Get the down. Drop
Look,
down.
he's not even
Get the
scared.
down. Try me, and you're gonna regret it. Try me. Tracy, if you want to die today, that's on you. Get the down.
What do you mean, God? You're not trying to kill you, so why are you trying to kill
down.
him?
This ain't how it works. Get the fuck.
Law enforcement is supposed to use deadly force when necessary. He's not trying to kill them, so why is she threatening to kill him? Why would you why are you threatening to kill him when he's not attacking you? He's not doing any of that. Yeah, he's not complying, but you don't threaten to kill somebody to what? Use your taser. This is why you can't have female officers, because she knows that she can't stop him physically. So she's gonna pull out her gun and threaten to kill him.
Tracy, I don't want to kill you. I'm giving you a chance. You can talk to the judge about it.
Get down, please. Get down.
You do want to kill him.
I don't want to do this, and I know you're a good person. You just up. We can talk.
Oh, so now you know he's a good person. Now you could talk to him all night. But the black man who didn't do nothing wrong, you tell him to shut up, and you about to kill. She gonna kill somebody just because she afraid.
Talk about this when we get up there. But if you make us do this shit, you can't ever come back from it, dude. So get the down. We can get you help. We got EMS coming. Tracy. Get him, Chad. Get him, Chad.
That dog.
Cuff me on the front. Now get down. Get down. No.
Tracy, we can't cuff you on the front. Get down.
Quit.
Get down.
Man, I'm not. Let me talk.
Chin out.
Just let me talk with somebody.
Chin out.
Just let me talk. Let me talk with somebody.
Chin foos.
He's smart.
Let me talk.
You talking to me right here, but you staying right there.
I'm standing.
Chin foos. Foos.
That dog.
Chin foos.
That dog not listening to you because you're stupid.
Seats. Stay right there, Tracy. You know they coming, and it's about to be a nasty fight, right? So stop. Just let us handcuff you and walk up there like a good-ass man, dude. Please.
Okay, good.
I'm asking you. You got youngins. Stop doing this shit. Quit coming closer to me. Quit coming. His name.
I'm not gonna run. I can't run nowhere.
Quit walking closer to me. Quit. Austin, get out my line of sight. Because if I have to shoot him, I don't want to hit you.
What you gonna
try
shoot
to hit him or something?
I'm not.
What are you gonna shoot him for?
I'm not.
I'm asking you to just give up so we don't have to do this. You about to turn this into a big fight, dude, and you about to get tased a whole lot more. Then get down on your stomach before they get here, because you know it's going to be bad, and you know what it's going to turn into. Tracy, talk to me, man. Get on the damn ground. Quit walking towards me. Chin 9. Chin. Chin, boost. Boost. Chin, boost. Boost. Chin 9.
She the only one who had her Glock out. Out of this whole entire, she the only one threatening to kill him. And this is why when you have female officers, they're even more likely to kill people, because for one, you're dealing with fully grown men, and you know she knows that she physically can't tussle with a full grown man, so she's gonna look out for officer safety and shoot first. She was really scared once she saw the taser wasn't doing nothing. So she said, okay, I'm not gonna tase you, I'm gonna try to kill you. This man don't have no weapons, hasn't been aggressive, like coming towards her in an aggressive manner or anything like that. But she just so afraid that she was about to shoot and then say, oh, I don't know what happened. Like,
he's fighting when you go to put him in handcuffs, Paxton. He's fighting when you go to put him in handcuffs.
Put your hands behind you. Don't fucking move.
It's not affecting him, dude. We're done talking.
Turn the fuck over.
Get him.
Don't get back up.
that dog don't even listen to her. I wouldn't. Why would the dog listen? He don't even know what she's gonna do.
You about to get bit. Get him, Austin. Get him.
That dog don't want to hear nothing you got to say. That dog ain't even want to attack.
No chin. You about to get bit.
And look what it takes. 2 grown men to subdue another grown man. She's just sitting there wasting time, man. Wasting resources, just being there, ready to shoot and kill him.
Just that skinny mess.
Put your hands behind your back.
Look, now it was absolutely no reason for her to do this, but this is for now. She retaliating against him. Now she's seeing that both of these officers then subdued him. Now she bring the dog over to bite him. I knew, like that comment said, this female officer is a liability. She didn't help in this situation at all. Zero help in this situation. Zero help. All she did was come there and be dramatic and make things even worse than they were before. No, in no way did she help out this situation. And now she's making the situation worse by not, she don't even have control of her K9. The K9 don't listen to her at all. And it does whatever, it's not listening to commands. And now she takes the K9 over to come bite him after he's been handcuffed. she is. What use is she? All she doing is making situation worse. This man could have ended up dead, even though he wasn't attacking them. Yes, he's resisting, but okay, you used non-lethal force to get him to comply. But she can't use non-lethal force. She saw the taser wasn't working. That really scared her. Then she saw the pepper spray didn't really phase him that much. So she's not gonna let him get close or get close to him because she know physically she can't do anything to him. So she pulls out her deadly force, a Glock, to kill him when it was no reason for that to be drawn at all. But you know, her emotions and fear is what drives her. And then she want to tell a grown man, I'm gonna beat your ass if you don't blah 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 blah, knowing she can't do none of that. So this is obviously an ego role for her, and you know, no use. This is just terrible. She needs to find something else. Look at her. He got the taser, so now she about to shoot him. For what?
Get fucking out, man. Quit, I'm gonna shoot you. Resist.
He trying to stop the dog from biting him, and because he don't want the dog to bite him, she gonna kill him for not letting the dog bite. Be irrational. Be the most irrational. Just let the dog bite you and do nothing, like you know a regular person would do. Like a regular person a regular person is just gonna let the dog bite them and just just say stop biting me, it hurts, bye, instead of trying to stop the dog from biting them. Get out of here, man. Why would you shoot him? She went all the way back to her utility belt to get her gun? You see, none of the other officers are pulling out their Glock. None of them are thinking, hey, this is a situation where we need to use deadly force and shoot this man and kill him. None of them are using that. She's the only one because she's scared, and she knows that she physically can't stop him. Terrible, man. This is what makes her the liability in this situation. She's the only one with her Glock out.
Quit, or I'm gonna. I don't want to shoot you. Let my dog go. Let my dog go.
What do you mean let him go? What do you mean let him go? She look how she made this situation work. She brought the dog over there to bite on him while he was getting handcuffed, and the dog biting him and it hurts. So he tries to move and stop the dog from biting him. And now she's in a situation where she's about to kill him. She made this situation happen. She did it.
Let my dog go. Let it go. Let it go.
What do you mean let it go? If you ever been bit by a dog, your first thought is not let the dog go while it's biting you. Your first thought, he's actually doing great by not trying to hit the dog and fight the dog. He's just holding the dog away softly. But again, her mind she is crazy. She is crazy. She a liability. And this is why I don't like female officers out there in the field dealing with situations like this.
Get him. Get him.
Roll the over now.
Shoot me! Get me! Shoot me!
Let him go.
Get the dog.
Let my dog go.
Get the goddamn dog.
Let him go.
Get that
Get
dog.
the dog.
I'm down, man.
Get the dog.
Can
She's the one who made this happen. Her. Why did she even hold on, y'all. We have 15, 11. Watch her make this situation worse. Watch her. It's her. It's all because of her. All because of her. Look at them.
Sit back. Put your hands behind your back.
Clock it. Yeah. Clock
Look how easy she is. Look.
Fucking, yeah, fucking.
I don't know why she thought that bringing the dog into this situation would help two grown men that were already getting him subdued. You know, wasn't a big situation. Soon as he got bit by the dog, that's gonna make you jump and turn and try to get away from the dog. So that's gonna give you like a boost in strength because this dog bite me. So you're trying to throw the dog or try to get the dog away from you. And
Oh, well, okay. Let me go. Let me go.
you mean the dog okay? He didn't do nothing to the dog. He
Not
didn't do
yet.
nothing to that dog.
No.
The dog not traumatized. The dog not
Right
did
now?
nothing. Dog must be her boyfriend.
Nein! Sit, bleib!
He sounds so
Be
evil.
careful.
I know what command.
I shot him in the leg.
What language is she saying to the dog? She sounds so evil, making them commands or whatever she doing. What was that?
Be careful. I shot him in the leg. Yeah. Nein! Nein! Sit, bleib!
Crazy.
Be careful.
What the
I
hell?
shot him in the leg.
Oh, German.
Yeah. I shot him in the leg. I didn't want to kill him. All my stuff's destroyed. He tased me. Yeah, and he hit my dog. I don't know where all my shit is. There's somebody in the back of my Tahoe. I gotta go look at the other one. Him?
It's crazy. B-Boop is crazy.
The other one's in the back of my
What's
patrol
up,
car.
Claudette?
He got spray all in Austin's eyes. Austin couldn't see. Followed us for 30 minutes. The Tahoe up there, that guy's in the back of it. All my shit's over there. My radio, my buckle.
You did find your weapon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dave! Dave! Dave!
Guess was transported to the hospital with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound to the leg. Thornton is still at large.
Okay, this is
Okay, y'all. That was, I've had enough. I've had enough of this right now. I need to go and get some fresh air and kind of reset. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna watch some more videos. But from these videos that we watch right now, it's just y'all know this does take a toll on me. It's not me seeing this stuff. It's not just I'm just watching another video. It really does affect me. So I definitely need to take a break from this, and I come back and watch some more videos. So right now, I just I can talk to y'all, see what y'all thinking, what y'all feel about that situation. But yeah, so let's recap what just happened. So it was a man driving this truck, and he ended up crashing into the police truck. I guess he was trying to escape. Whatever was going on with him, he's trying to escape. He got out, ran. So the other guy comes out the car. He's in handcuffs. She pulls out. From the jump, she pulled out a Glock. She's screaming all type of crazy stuff to the black man, and she was real unfriendly with him. But the guy Tracy, or the guy who she did end up shooting, she was a lot more polite with him. Even though she shot him, she still was willing to try to treat him and try to not kill him, versus the other man who she was ready to kill him, saying she gonna beat him up, all type of stuff to him. And this was the guy being polite. Tracy, the one who resisting and doing all this stuff, and the black man who was being polite, not doing nothing, just hey, calling her ma'am, you know, all of this, and he was just treated like dirt. But anyway, so they go run off and trying to catch Tracy, and me too. Not tongues. That wasn't tongues. I thought she was, you know, a demon had possessed her. I didn't know what was going on, but yeah. So in this situation, they go. They from jump. She tases the man. No effect on him. She and the other cop pepper sprayed him. No effect on him. So he runs all the way like all the way to like far into like into somebody's backyard, then into their front yard to another street. So they still can't subdue him. She tried to sick her dog on him. The dog started playing with the man's shirt and all that. The dog not listening to her commands because you know she just the dog can tell she's afraid and doesn't know what to do. So within this, she put away her taser and pulls out her Glock again, and just threatening to kill him. Like, I don't want to kill you, and like this is a situation that doesn't need a Glock or need you to kill somebody or anything like that. But she steady is resorting to use of deadly force, even though it's not necessary. So they call for backup during this whole fiasco. So another officer arrives. So now it's two grown men getting ready to subdue this man, which they were in the process of subduing him. So in that process, she decides to make the situation worse. She's already not being useful. Now she wants to make the situation worse by getting a dog to come and bite on him and get. I don't understand how they think a dog biting you is going to make you comply. A dog biting you, you're going to be fighting a dog. It's no possible way that you can be. It's no possible way that you can be being bitten by a dog and not have any type of reaction unless you just don't feel anything. So she brought the dog over, and as soon as the dog started biting him, he started like spazzing out and trying to stop the dog from biting him. So he gets it to where they're stopping the dog. He's stopping the dog from biting him, just holding the dog, not even like forcefully. Just you can tell how lightly he's pushing the dog back. It's not like he even using force because he's not. You can tell he's not trying to hurt the dog or anything. He's just trying to stop the dog from biting him. So this situation, she instead of grabbing the dog, she decides to keep telling him, let the dog go and this and that. So she wants him to just let the dog bite him, which is insane. Like who is gonna just let the dog just bite you? Like that's such insanity that you would think that somebody would just let a dog bite them, knowing the fact that you wouldn't let a dog bite you. But anyway, she's just crazy, crazy, and I don't know what's going on with her, except that she's a psychopath and she's sick and wicked. But that's a common thing with a lot of these cops. They're just sick, wicked individuals that decide to go out and bully and harass people. But anyway, so she ended up shooting him in the leg, apparently. Like they said, she shot him in the leg. And all this, and it's just crazy how she just made that situation even worse. That's like the pregnant officer when she was doing pit maneuvers on the middle of the street with this with that other case when the man, he was crazy. This is a situation when that man was crazy, and when she she just made the situation even worse. So not only are you likely to die if a cop is involved in a situation, you're more likely to die. You're even more likely to die if it's a female officer involved, because they're even more afraid than the men. So you got one that you know, it's one thing to be afraid, but it's one thing to be afraid on top of being afraid. So it's, I don't know, man. It's insane. Insanity is what we just witnessed. So, so it's hard for me to just watch insanity and, you know, being the same person and just being able to deal with that over and over again. So that last video was crazy. Then the video before that, we're watching an officer racially profile this Hispanic kid, just I guess standing outside his hotel or whatever, and he rolls up on him and, you know, started demanding, asking him all type of crazy questions, and the kid doesn't really speak English well, so he starts grabbing on the kid and screaming, "Oh, stop resisting, stop pulling, don't pull away from me," all this type of stuff. So he hyping himself up, escalating situations. He ended up having a heart attack. The officer ended up having a heart attack, and then they tried to pin the heart. He had a heart attack and died. Then they tried to pin the heart attack that he had after he amped himself up from racially profiling. He amped himself up, had a heart attack, and died from racial profiling and escalating situation. Then they tried to pin that on this kid who had nothing, who didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't do nothing to him. Another like and then they tried to pin a murder on this kid for that. Insanity. Then we started with a situation where this veteran called the veterans crisis line, just I guess to vent or whatever the situation was with them. So the crisis line ended up calling police and said, "Hey, we think he might be committing suicide, or he could be a suicide risk or something like that." So they end up they go out to this vet's house. The vet actually opens the door, lets them in, and soon as he lets them in, they start walking around his house like they own the place. And the vet didn't like that, so he says, "Hey, you can't just go around my house like that and doing this and that." So they have a little back and forth, and then what I'm assuming that the vet realizes is that these cops are not here to help me, or they're not here to help me in any situation, in so many words. So he said, "I'm asking y'all to leave now," because he see they on some bullshit. So he's like, "I'm asking y'all to leave now." They're not leaving. So the vet decides to do what anybody would do if you're asking somebody to leave your house and they're not leaving. You can't use violence with them because they have the guns. So they have the guns in the immunity. So he says, "Okay, well, I can't force you to leave, so I'm going to call the authorities to make you leave." So this cop got mad that this veteran was going to call 911 on the cop because the cop was committing a crime by, not leaving. He's trespassing at that point. But they believe they're above the law. They think trespassing doesn't apply to them. They think laws don't apply to them. So they ended up arresting him for calling 911 on them because they wouldn't leave. So he was getting ready to report a crime. So they committed a crime to stop him from reporting a crime. Is basically what happened. So they take him out and, talking to him bad, yelling at him, doing all type of stuff. They handcuff him behind his back. And this veteran is asking, "Okay, hey, I got this. I have prior conditions that are being exacerbated right now. So can you reason?" He asked for a reasonable accommodation to cuff him in front, even though he shouldn't be in cuffs to begin with. They refused to cuff him in the front. He kept asking for medical attention, and he asked for medical attention like over 10 times. And these stupid cops are like, "Oh, do you need medical attention?" I've already said 10 times. Also, he was saying that. So then he said, "If you don't need medical attention," like the cop is just doing what these type of cops do. They're tyrants, egotistical bullies, and they're psychopaths. That's all it was. So it was a lot happening in this stream. So I definitely have to, step back and kind of, refresh myself. Yeah, when you vet or not, get the heck out. Exactly. They should have left when he said leave. They should have left. There's no reason he didn't commit any crime. But at that point, when you give them an order, they don't like it, even though you have the right to give them orders as well. They're in your house and you tell them to get out. This cop is like, you're not gonna tell us what to do. We have all the power and authority here. It's that type of loser cop thing. Like, get out of here, man. Yep, and yep, they tried to Baker at them, or that what they call 5150, but they had no basis for it. This guy was completely coherent, able to articulate himself very well, even through being upset and being in a high stress situation. And what this cop was trying to do was to gaslight him so he wouldn't be able to articulate himself properly. So that's what happens a lot. Cops try to gaslight you or try to get you to throw you off balance so you can't articulate yourself well. So then they'll try to use that against you. So, but it didn't work with this vet, because I'm sure this vet has been in real situations and he was able to keep a sound mind and articulate what was happening. So in the end of this, when they were getting ready to take him into the ambulance, he's telling other people what happened, and the cop said, "No, shut up! Don't tell them what happened. You can't, man, get out of here, get out of here." But yeah, y'all. So I need me a break from this. So I'm gonna holler at y'all a little bit later. But yeah, I'm back in my spot, so we can go ahead and I'll be streaming. I'm gonna do a stream a little bit later. But yeah, I just need a break from not that this is it's just these it's just so much happening. It's, every time you think it's not gonna get crazier, it gets crazier. It gets even more crazy. Like, come on. And then we have all of this content showing how crazy it is, and we think ain't nothing gonna top this, level of crazy. And then we have something else. We have a racial profiling officer have a heart attack and die, and then they try to place the blame on the person he was racially profiling. In what insanity world does that happen? Only in America. But yeah, so with that being said, y'all, AWB, I'm out. I appreciate y'all for joining me, and I definitely be getting those videos up soon. And yeah, y'all stay tuned for the next stream. All right, I'm out. Appreciate y'all. # stop muting body cam footage.